Bucky, John used a word just before we came on to this postgame show, poise. This team had it tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, we're improving. It was great to see we had to win that game so many different ways. And what I mean by that is we had to, at the start of the second half, we really had to get our press going to get us amped up. And then it became, all right, now we got to play some zone here late. And then there was a point where we had to run to get buckets, get our momentum going, and then we had to execute in the half court the last 3 minutes, and we really answered the bell in every one of those.
Well, I would say this because I was watching it. And first, they were doing the high-low and clearing the side and getting to their leading scorer. And then you went zone, and they kept Rashawn around low basket, and it really was a game changer in stopping their offensive momentum.
Yeah, it was. And this is the thing. Like, we didn't even have our we've always been a team that plays about 33% zone. And we usually, every team I've coached, we've had our multiple zones in before the year started. We didn't have our zone in the last game. So, and so this is important because we can do that, and it can break a team's rhythm.
Well, you couldn't tell because they were really connected in that zone. An offside rebound gave up a little bit, but, I mean, it changed the complexion. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm not trying to suck up to you because I know we weren't at Florida State. But when you called for your set play for Ruben, it was like the third option, him hit the –
Kari, Mack, and then Ruben. Do you remember came into the front court?
When you set that up, when Ruben hit the three at the top of the circle.
Half.
Oh yeah.
Oh, don't be shy about that. That was great. I saw you set that up.
Yeah. Well, we executed down the stretch, and I mean we've worked on this, and some of the guys that weren't in the game late just because Mack didn't know all the plays yet. So we had to kind of have guys in the game that could execute them down the stretch. It was a big bucket down there when we laid it up there on that back screen with Ruben.
Right.
It was a huge
But
play.
the other thing with that is, first of all, Ruben, what a man. A man in a man's game.
Yep.
But then Jakari, as he set the stage and ran the show, and big buckets in crowds.
Well, winners win, and Shakari's a winner. He's always won. I've watched the kid since he was in high school. He's an Alabama kid, won a state championship. Then I watched him North Alabama be a conference champion when they'd never won a conference championship. And, like that's what he does. Like he ices free throws like that. He makes plays. And when we were struggling, he stole that ball right there at half court.
Just ripped him.
Just took it.
Yeah.
And that's really what you're looking for, man. This program's going to be built around winners. You want talent, but you want talent that can win. It's not just good enough to have talent. You got to have winners, and Jakari's a winner.
Well, the other thing about the recruitment of the people that you've got and the guys that want to make plays, but to go to go to the free throw line in this environment and then just be money at the free throw line late stage of this game was so impressive.
Yeah, it was. I mean, 20 of 22 from the free throw line.
16 of 17 in the second half.
Yeah, that's big time. And, again, we got to the line more than our opponent, and that's what we want to do. We're known as a three-point shooting team, but in all these games we're getting more free throws than our opponent. And that's a great recipe for winning right there, particularly on the road.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And John always says, you talk about all the offense you want. It was set up on that defensive side as you were talking about. And it's nice to be able to change it up over the course of a game, isn't it?
It is. You got to play different ways, particularly on in another team's gym. It's hard to go crazy in another team's gym. You can't just be all trapped the whole game. You got to mix in some zone and throw teams off rhythm. Again, we put together two halves. We won both halves. We won the second half by more than the first half. And that's been a deal that we've constantly preaching right now is winning both halves. And to do that, you can't let your foot off the gas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing I thought that you're seeing this team mature as they play well together. Like, this is the first time you've had the full contingent of everybody. But I love the recognition of the mismatch where you don't have to say anything when there's a switch up that it's not favorable for the defense. Went to Rashawn a couple of times, Zach a couple of times when the defense presented that. And that's learning how to play with each other, right?
That's 100% right. Like, I mean, that's chemistry. That's knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses. And that's why I have hope for this team. They can keep improving because – 2 weeks ago, we may not even recognize as even a mismatch. Someone may not even recognize that Rashawn's going to score that every time. right? And now they're coming together and recognizing. And that's why we left that group in the game. Like, that group had a great rhythm to them in the game. And we wanted them to keep that rhythm in the game. And I thought that was very important.
Yep.
We always appreciate you when you join us.
Hey, boys, gig 'em. Be a fun trip back.
Absolutely.
Hey, for everybody listening, Sunday, big-time game. Us and SMU. Right,
you can get to Arlington.
Arlington, be a great game too.
There's Aggies in Arlington, I think.
There's Aggies all in Texas, man. I expect to see them there turned up. Gig 'em, boys. See y'all.